Hello, amazing families. Mr. Jeremy here with today's family devotion. Hope you are having a great day. I gotta be honest with you guys, I did not have a good morning. The power went out in our neighborhood. Maybe you have experienced a power outage before with all the lights going out and having to light candles and turn on little flashlights and whatnot. Well, our power went off really early, and Jakin and Joa woke up and they came and got in our bed, and they were kicking and they were rolling around, and at one point one of them smothered me with their pillow, and that got me frustrated, and so I just got out of bed and went and sat in the living room. And then they came into the living room and they were whiny and they were crying and they and I kind of lost my temper. Now I didn't hit anybody, but I did raise my voice, and I shouldn't have, because I was upset. And I was upset because I was tired, and I was tired because my kids were kicking me at 3 a.m. this morning. But it got me to realize I can't blame other people when I do something that I shouldn't have done. And we've been talking about creation, and that's actually what happened. See, Adam and Eve knew they weren't supposed to eat the tree from the middle of the garden like God had told them, but Satan, as a snake, convinced them that it was okay, and so they both ate it. And when God asked Adam and Eve about it, God said, "Adam, what did you do?" And did Adam take responsibility? Actually, no. Adam blamed Eve. And he said, "God, it's Eve's fault. She made me. She gave it to me." And so then God asked Eve, "Eve, did you eat the fruit?" And instead of admitting that she had done something wrong, Eve said, Well, it was the snake. The snake convinced me to do it. The snake told me it was okay." Maybe, brothers and sisters, maybe we've done that with each other. Maybe we've blamed our brother or sister for yelling at us or annoying us, and that was why we hit them. Mom and Dad, maybe we've complained at each other, or maybe we've complained at work that our bosses were so bad that was why we did something, or we were so frustrated at so-and-so, which is why we reacted the way we did. It's something to remember is we can't control how others act. We can only control how we react. And when our reaction is to blame other people, what we're doing is we're losing sight of the fact that God has created us to bear fruit. And one of that fruit is self-control. And self-control means that when things happen, we take responsibility for them. Now, I'm not saying that bad things that happen are your fault, because sometimes bad things happen because bad things happen. It's not anyone's fault. The power went out and we were without power, and it scared the boys. That was scary. All of their white noise turned off and there was no lights turning on. They were scared. That's understandable. It's no one's fault. It just happens. But what we have to make sure that we do is we control how we react. And we have to take responsibility for those things when we do something wrong. Just like Adam and Eve had to do. Just like their son Cain had to learn how to do with his brother Abel. But that's another Bible story. So I want to ask you guys to talk to each other as a family is what can you do to help each other take responsibility for your actions? Mom and Dad, how can you let your kids help you to take responsibility? Just because they don't listen, just because they didn't clean their room or do their chores, that doesn't mean we start yelling at everybody and losing our temper, right? That's our excuse sometimes. I know it's my excuse from this morning, but I have to take responsibility for the way I respond to the way others act. So I want you to encourage each other. You see, I'm still sleepy. Encourage each other. Let each other know, hey, I'm not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes, but I am going to apologize when I do make my mistakes. And let's encourage each other. When someone says they're sorry, let's forgive them too. So Mom and Dad, maybe you can think of a time that maybe you should have been a little less angry when the kids were doing something wrong, and we can apologize to them. And kids, let's forgive Mom and Dad. They've got it pretty tough sometimes. It's hard being a mom and dad. So let's forgive them when they're not the perfect parents you like them to be. But I love you guys. I'm praying for you all. Hope you have an amazing day, and we'll see you tomorrow.